Another weird bow character that we're seeing here, right? Like we saw Diana last game, and now we're seeing Azoth here. And again, like we know Axe is a very solid weapon, but we just don't see that much Azoth in 2v2s.
No, honestly. In 2v2s, definitely do not see him a lot. But once again, I mean, he's the character that can really make something shake. He's going to hit pretty hard. He's got some pretty solid coverage on his signatures. So I could see him working. But, I mean, like I said, we got meta on the side of Jakeyy and Saphir with the Ulgrim and the Tesca. So it's going to be a tough hill to climb. Nice D-sig there. But, man, teammate getting a fall there. Punished with the Sair.
Oh, that spot dodge.
And doesn't touch the side. He went for a neutral air. I think he wanted a chase after that instead of going ahead and just touching the side. Trying to go for a defensive play and end up losing his stock. So this is an early solid lead here. Try to go for the dare. He does not catch and gets back on stage. And we have Saphir and Jakey's solid survival right now.
Yes, I was. Oh, double is going to come through. Him. Yeah, big double carry for Koko there. See, this is what I was afraid of, is like, it's fun to see the Azoth, but I'm worried that in the face of a team like Jakeyy and Saphir, who just are so locked in on the meta, that they might just show the blue team the power of meta picks. This Ulgrim and Tesca has been so strong, but Koko, on Saphir for a second there with the gauntlets, almost going to take him out early, but both blue team members in danger of losing their stocks here. Jakeyy dodges back to the wall. That side signature, that's so okay. Yeah, there's the good side of Azoth. It's the amount of force on that side signature. It's gonna delete Saphir's second stock.
Yeah, I actually can't believe he fell that quick. I mean, he did get some damage racked up on him. Koko was doing a good job of putting some combos down and getting him into that light red. But man, that sig really banged out and took him out. Out on the side, do they go chase? No, Saphir with good protection to not allow them to go out there and deal with Jakeyy. And Jakeyy surviving on that second stock. No, he's not. I cursed him again. The recovery on the axe is more than enough force to take him out. Delta over here dancing around with Saphir. They went for a combo play there on Koko. Couldn't get what they wanted. Saphir is really kind of being super passive. He's not pressing as much, which is allowing them to put down damage onto Jakeyy. That was a good ground pound hitting Saphir. Saphir now on axe to try to close this out.
Yeah, this is where it gets scary, right? Because both teams have the capability to KO at this damage range. The only person who's necessarily kind of safe is Delta, and he will find that side sig and just vaporize Jakeyy. Now Saphir trapped alone, and the signature comes through again. Delta making the Ace so frustrating to play against in the hands of a good player. And Delta's kind of demonstrating that, like, if you're able to position those SIGs and land them at the right time with the right, because the weird thing is the angles you can hit on side SIG, right? Like, it can launch either straight up or like diagonals, depending on where you hit it. But Delta was able to consistently land that spot on to find that vertical. So very, very scary. Meanwhile, I mean, Koko just making the raw gauntlets game work, but Jakeyy trying to get something done with the boots on top of the stage, can't quite find it. Delta goes to that slide charge side SIG. They're just juggling Koko in the sky.
Koko was floating like a bird for a long time there, and finally was able to touch the ground. But look, it is too little too late, it looks, because if one good hit lands, that is the end of that stock. That could have been a punish on that side signature, but nobody was there.
Yeah, these axe sigs coming out of Delta, not quite the same efficiency as the bow, and we will see the fast stocks go the way of the red team, but a much smaller lead than what we saw at the start of game one. I don't expect this set to be as much of a sweep as we saw last set. Like, Jakeyy and Saphir, they're kind of demonstrating the fact that they are able to adapt, they are able to bring back these harder sets. Koko gonna interrupt that neutral light. Saphir just clinging to life.
Man, they needed that right there. They could not let him get back down, and they have now. Finally gonna clean that one up, but man, alone out there is Jakeyy. He's not taking too much damage, so that was a very good 2v1 situation for him. Lot of damage on Koko, and there it is. Stock gone. My goodness. Quick swift combo. One stock left each.
Brilliant reaction there from Saphir to go for that GC down heavy right in time to get both KOs there for the red team. And now a big lead taken for Jakeyy and Saphir, and it's just racking up as these combos come through. They're so good at landing those awkward feeling combos.
You said it perfect. That was a very awkward looking combo to me, man. But it was clean nonetheless. Recovery lands, and all alone out there is Delta. Side signature. Toss him out of the ring. Get out of my playground. And there is one. And I gotta see them turn this one around, man, because that was a real bad one.
I mean, they've shown the fact that they can win these games, right? Like, they had a rough start to game 1, and they were able to bring it back by just stalling out Saphir, especially, but another stage change here, going to a much more typical 2v2 stage of the Fortress of Lions. Early damage is going in the favor of the blue team. The Lance is now starting to heat up from Saphir.
Yeah, but with the way this is set up, they have to secure, because Azov, once they get, even if they have more damage on, once they get around high oranges, oh my goodness, the gas. You know, I was gonna say that Azov can I mean, that Ulgrim is gonna be the terror out there, and he's gonna be securing the KOs, but I forgot Azov is doing the same thing on the opposite side of the court. My goodness. All right, so we have a small lead here for the blue team. Ulgrim, Saphir still holding on to that stock, can't get that one off of him. Playing it safe, nice Sayer. I mean, yeah, nice Sayer. And there we go. That's going to be one blue team stock down. And a neutral light will seal the deal on the first stock of my boy Koko.
Yeah, but all eyes on Jakeyy right now. In that time taken to secure both first stocks of the blue team, Jakeyy's been pushed into the red on his second already. So Saphir needing to be the stock tank in this game so far, but Jakeyy not afraid to try and go in here with these gauntlets despite having that damage deficit. And is paying dividends for the red team right now. And Saphir just trying to solo here with the axe. It is going to finally lose that first stock. Punish out of Koko and disarm Jakeyy as well. But damage much more evened up here. Jakeyy going to try and survive on the side of the stage here. Delta not throwing out any risky moves on the side of the stage, but Jakeyy will finally fall on that second. Saphir still tanking well in the yellow on this second stock, and both blue team members are at risk of falling now with this Ulgrim Tezca team comp.
You know, at first I was liking the defense from Jakeyy on the side over there, but I don't understand why he let himself get to 2 exclamation points. That was too much hanging out on the side, and that led to his stock being taken. Now, missed a little bit of stuff as I was talking about that. We do have a lead here. Saphir pretty healthy on that second stock as we're watching everybody get clinked up. A lot of axes.
Welcome to Europe.
Hard.
It's the axe region.
To Europe. Well, you know what? That makes sense, right? You know, United States, we got guns. You guys got knives. You know, so you guys are fans of the blade. Fans of the blade.
Dude, Saphir still, I mean, just now entering this final stock completely clean on it, and Jakeyy able to just play back. It has that room to say, okay, yeah, you just go forward. I'll play off your engages, and the engages are there with this Lance. Both blue team members getting swept to the side. Jakeyy there for the follow-up recovery every time. And now it's just Koko left alone. Damage not in his favor. Stock's not in his favor. This is going to be a very tough situation to be in. Does find the side stick, but the punish is there. Jakeyy tries to hit something with the unarmed just for the style points, but the red team now up 2-1.
We'll come in here into game number 4.
I was kind of wondering, like, what will it take for the blue team to swap, if at all? And apparently there is no scenario where Delta's getting off this Azov. I mean, I respect the commitment. At the same time, we haven't, like, the first game was when we really saw those signatures shine, and since then there's been a couple of well-placed ones, but nowhere near as much.
Definitely. I think that's actually, that's a good call. That I think that's one of the main things changing how this is playing out. He's not sneaking off those KOs like he was in game number 1.
Yeah, it did really change the tide of that game, like how quickly and how consistently he was able to just get those early KOs with those blow signatures. He's able to find the neutral to go with that chase dodge, but Saphir is there with the ground pound, covering his teammates' chase dodge gift. The Delta there, the red team, looking pretty clean at the beginning of this 4th game. Jakeyy is deep to the side here. Disarm on Saphir as well. Both stocks taken. Blue team are going to be able to even things up in terms of number, but you've got to keep in mind that Delta has taken a chunk of damage on this second stock already. Nothing too dangerous, but still definitely worth noting.
All right. This is a good situation. They've got some stage dominance, holding it down, but punish there from Saphir. Ooh, my goodness. I did not see Delta sniping it out. What a well-placed side signature. be honest, that's not even an easy sig to hit, and for him to place that like that, that was so clean. You can tell that he's proficient with this character.
Absolutely, yeah, we are going to see a cleanup come through from the red team, but still, we are, now that Delta is able to find these signatures, it's looking a little better. Saphir once again being that stock tank, Jakeyy having to play it from behind a little bit here, but we saw how the red team can adapt to having one player who needs to play that safer game. We saw how well Saphir can take that driver's seat. Can they do it again? The blue team just jostling for position right here, not throwing out anything too risky. The side air is going to come through, slap Saphir away. Both teams now have every player on their final stock. Jakeyy trying to get some work done with the gauntlets, going to disarm Delta. Tries to go up for the edge of that side light. Does catch it, but no recovery to follow.
Oh, this is good stuff right here. A lot of axe damage from Koko, working on Saphir, and I think that's the right idea, because Saphir surviving is really a lot of the reason that they've had a hard time in these last 2 games. Nice save, interrupts that that signature that Jakeyy had onto his teammate.
Delta looking for these side sigs. Now he's showing his hand. The red team know that's what he's looking for. No punish of any force on that end sig that's ripped, and now these Azal sigs have been scary, but the weather those going to clip Delta. That's actually almost going to do it, but Koko does drop down, finds the recovery. Delta going to cling to the wall for a second, but meanwhile his teammates getting beat up. Sweat beads come through, and now Delta left alone. Over 200 damage, goes for the risky side sig. No punish.
No! Oh, I wanted game 5. Oh, they looked so much better in that game, but Saphir and Jakeyy held it down with the meta boys. And I just love the slow play that we had from Saphir, allowing Jakeyy to dictate the pace and push them into Saphir as he was ready to punish and save his teammate and secure KOs. What a set between those 2 teams. Delta and Koko, no slouches, but they just got outclassed, man.